In a land of ancient olive trees and sunlit stone villages, there was a place called Palestine. This land, rich with history and culture, had seen centuries of conflict and peace, joy and sorrow. In a small village nestled between hills, lived a boy named Amir. Amir was 10 years old, with eyes that gleamed with curiosity and a heart heavy with the stories he had heard from his grandparents. Amir's days were filled with both the simplicity of rural life and the harsh realities of occupation. He loved playing football with his friends in the dusty fields and listening to his grandfather's tales under the old olive tree. But beyond these moments of childhood innocence lay a constant tension. Soldiers patrolled their village, and walls divided the land, restricting their movement and separating families from one another. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, casting a golden hue over the village, Amir's grandfather began to tell a story. It was a story of a time long before Amir was born, of days when the village was whole and people moved freely, trading, laughing, and visiting family. His grandfather spoke of the beauty of the land, of the aroma of fresh bread in the mornings, and the sound of children singing in the streets. But his eyes grew misty as he recounted the days of conflict, the nights filled with fear, and the loss of friends and family. Amir listened intently, his heart aching for a past he had never known and a present that seemed so unfair. He wondered why people couldn't live in peace, why borders and walls had to exist. He dreamed of a day when he could walk to the neighboring village without fear, when his friends didn't have to listen to the sounds of gunfire at night. One day, Amir found an old photograph tucked away in his grandfather's drawer. It was a picture of the village from many years ago. The streets were bustling, the market stalls overflowing with goods, and people smiled with a carefree joy that Amir had never witnessed. He took the photograph to his grandfather, who smiled sadly. "This is our village before all the sadness began," his grandfather whispered. That night, as Amir lay in bed, he clutched the photograph to his chest. He made a silent promise to himself and to the land he loved. One day, he would grow up and do everything in his power to bring joy and peace back to Palestine. He dreamed of a future where children could play freely, where families could reunite, and where the olive trees stood as silent witnesses to a land finally at peace. In the heart of Palestine, amid the olive groves and stone houses, Amir's dream lived on. It was a dream of hope, resilience, and an unyielding belief that one day, the sadness that had shadowed their land would be replaced by the light of peace and happiness.